Hey, my Liptons. So I wanted to do a video on the wrestling community. Um, Honestly, I think because I already made like what 2 videos on CM Punk, and I was just like, you know what? I just want to let this thing play out. Like, I just want to let this thing play out. I want to see what Tony Khan is gonna do and what's gonna happen next after the whole media scrum and all that and all those different things. I was like, let me just let it play out. And then, you had I think what was it like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, where CM Punk did the Instagram story thing where he called out Dave Meltzer, Chris Jericho, and saying just basically saying like how like these dirt sheets are making things up, like Chris Jericho is a stooge, Dave Meltzer is a liar, so forth, that sort of thing. Um, and of course, and he also talked about John Moxley. I just remembered John Moxley and how and then people kept on focusing on the Rocky movies. And I was just like, listen, whatever. Like, if he doesn't watch Rocky, he doesn't watch Rocky. It is what it is. Okay, even I didn't watch Rocky. Okay, I haven't watched any of them. I think that one of them was playing in the background and I wasn't really too focused. But yeah. So, and then, John Moxley came out and he was calling him what's his dicks and da 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 da. It's a mess. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, there is a part of me that still feels like this is a work. Only because it's just like, okay, like I think the reason why I feel like this is a work is because only due to like all of this news that's coming out, like with CM Punk wanting to come back to AEW, and I'm gonna get to that. It's CM Punk like putting the stories up and then deleting it instead of, because CM Punk is someone that he's notorious for standing in his shit, so you would think that will leave that story up, but the fact that he posted it and then deleted it, and then on top of that, Chris Jericho, putting that meme up talking about delete. It was just like, to me, it felt a little bit manufactured to me. That's why I was just kind of just like, I don't know if this is a work. I don't know if they're working us right now with CM Punk and all these people. But then I thought to myself, if this is a work, why would it? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, if it was a work, obviously, maybe, Tony Khan's like trying to drag it out until like when he brings CM Punk back at the Wembley Stadium and all that to sell out tickets. So it'll be a thing. But it's just like, I just feel like just in the way John Moxley spoke in that interview, and like, especially like with Dave Meltzer and his stooge Alvarez and everything, and like, and Dave Meltzer is very cool with Tony Khan and that sort of thing. Like, he's in the pocket of AEW, so he definitely got his sources. All right. It to me, it seems like, there are some people in the AEW locker room that genuinely don't like CM Punk. To me, it seems like that's what it seems like. So I'm a little bit torn about this. I don't like, it could be a shoot, it could be something that is like, this is real. Like, CM Punk actually has heat with these people, with Kenny Omega, with the Young Bucks, with Chris Jericho, John Moxley, obviously Colt Cabana. And then you have the part where it's like, it kind of seems like a work, because it's just like, okay, yeah, you put the story up, but then you delete it, and then on top of that, like, Chris Jericho, and then I'm gonna get to Chris Jericho and towards the end, because I feel like Chris Jericho is kind of just like, he's doing a little bit too much. Maybe I haven't been paying attention, but like, for what has been going on so far, especially with this whole CM Punk situation, it's just like, I see faults in everybody in this situation. Okay, so those are my thoughts on that. Like, I am torn, but I will say this: there are reports that are saying that CM Punk wants to come back. Like, apparently there's sources, credible sources, people near CM Punk, and you know me, with these sources and people near CM Punk. But people is being highly reported that CM Punk wants to come back to AEW. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I was like, Punk, why would you want to go back to the same place where you felt like you were being, just mistreated, or like you felt like, you know, people were saying things behind your back, that sort of thing? Like, why would you want to go back to that place? To me, right? But then I started to think about it a little bit more. And this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion on why I think CM Punk wants to come back to AEW. Okay? This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Here's the thing. Here's what I think. Just assuming this whole thing is a shoot, like this whole thing is real. Let's, obviously, CM Punk gets into a fight with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, that sort of thing, behind the scenes, whatever. He puts up the story, whatever. I genuinely do not think that CM Punk likes Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, or Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho. I think that he doesn't like them. From just like by everything that's happening, I think that he doesn't care for them, and I think the same of them towards CM Punk. And I think that right now, like, the locker room is trying to really turn CM Punk, trying to turn against CM Punk. Okay, I feel like the reason why Punk wants to come back to AEW is because of this. We got to be clear. Let's go through the timeline. CM Punk was in WWE, okay, at one point in time. It turned into a huge fallout with them, obviously with the whole, like, them sending him his termination papers on his wedding day, and then CM Punk going on, like, all those multiple shoot interviews, talking about Vince, talking about Triple H, talking about this person and that person, just like really going in to the point where, like, the audience, like, started to, really turn against the WWE and always chanting CM Punk's name. So in a way, no pun intended to Triple H, he said that, CM Punk wanted to turn into a martyr, and that's what he became. I feel like in the WWE, he sort of became a martyr. So that was his reputation with WWE. Like, and I feel like to this day, I still feel like WWE still does not like, if we're talking Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stephanie, whoever, they do not like CM Punk. And maybe even some of the wrestlers probably don't like CM Punk either in WWE. Then he turns to UFC. CM Punk has a terrible career in UFC. Like, you would think that the way CM Punk talks, you would think that the way he talks will match his fighting skills, because baby, CM Punk was getting that ass handed to him left and right from, like, just, he got his ass whipped in UFC. Like, they really made an example out of him. He looked like a wimp, and it was real bad for him. Like, and honestly, I guess, especially if you're looking at, like, the people who aren't really focused on wrestling, but, like, are focused on real fighting and that sort of thing, like, they kind of see CM Punk to be a weakling. Like, they're just like, girl, like, go do your fake fighting. Like, go wrestle. Like, you're not a part of this world. So in a way, his image got damaged a little bit over there too. Then you come to AEW. This is the last option. Let's be very clear. AEW was considered the promised land of wrestling. Oh, it's different from WWE. WWE is the evil corporate, controlling company, whereas AEW is just unicorns, flowers, rainbows, blah 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 blah. CM Punk comes there, right? CM Punk is there for a little while. Everything is good in the beginning, but then, you start hearing stories. Stories start coming out about Punk, and how, there's a little bit of tension within the locker room. And then, there was that whole promo with Hangman Page and that part. Like, I'm gonna get to all those wrestlers and everything like that, and their role in this whole situation. But, like, with the business for himself, that sort of thing. And then it just exploded at the media scrum. It was just a buildup of things. And that media scrum really made CM Punk look bad. I'm not even going to hold you. No matter who started it, who didn't start it, whatever, whatever, whose fault was it? It like it's only because CM Punk went public with it and he did it next to his boss that made him look bad. And not only that, that made Tony Khan look like a poor boss and just like someone who's just doesn't have any authority, and you can tell that none of his wrestlers have any respect for him, because it's like you would think that me being your boss, you would have enough respect not to, put dirty laundry in front of the entire media and like just humiliate me and bury the locker room, basically, right? Through EVPs, I guess you can say. So that hurt his image as well. So I think that CM Punk, just seeing all this, right? And looking, and, I think he's home. Obviously, he's been home for months. He's seeing all this. He's sitting down at home. He's just thinking. He's like, yo, in a way, there's just me in my own mind what I think CM Punk is thinking. I think he's probably thinking like, in his own way, like he feels like his image is ruined. I think that he feels like his image is ruined. I think that he feels like his reputation is kind of ruined. Like, obviously he does have his fans, his core, like, his stands. But like, if we're talking general public vibes, like, I don't know if CM Punk is really liked anymore like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But like, I don't see, like, especially online, like, I don't see the public really backing him like how they used to back him, the way that, like, when he left WWE and that sort of thing. So it's like, I don't know. I could be wrong though. But I think that he's sitting home and he's seeing that and he's thinking about it. He's like, yo, like, this really effed me up. Like, this really ruined my image and my reputation. Not only am I, I have beef with WWE. I'm considered a wimp in the UFC, and now in AEW, I'm considered to be a bad influence, and I'm just causing trouble, and I don't know how to control my temper. Then it's gonna make it seem as if he's the problem. And now personally, do I think that CM Punk is the sole problem? No. But do I think that he kind of contributes to it too? Yes, I do. I do kind of feel that way. But I think that in a way, CM Punk probably thinks that he feels like he's a pariah in all three companies. Whether that be WWE, whether that be UFC, and now AEW. Like, CM Punk is considered a pariah at this point. And I think for him, this is just me. I think he wants to come back to AEW to, I guess, in a way, fix his image a little bit. Because I think let's be very clear. This is CM Punk's last road. After AEW, whenever the contract ends, whatever, if he chooses not to renew it, that's it for him. Like, he's no longer wrestling ever again. Like, CM Punk is injury prone. Like, he's not, like, he's getting older. Like, he's not going to be doing this as much. So I think he's probably thinking in the long term, like, listen, like, this contract is about to expire. I don't have much time within this wrestling world now. Like, not only in WWE or in UFC and now AEW, like, I'm considered the bad guy. My image is ruined. My reputation is ruined. Let me go back. Let me, try to fake, give some fake love to the EVPs and that sort of thing. Even though let me kiss a little bit of ass. Let me pretend, let me be tolerant of these people. Let me fix my image in front of the AEW audience so that, like, when my time comes and when, like, the contract ends, I can just go out and everything is cool. I'm not seen as so much as a person who wants to cause trouble and mayhem in different companies, in different entertainment, sports entertainment, whether that be, or fighting, whatever. I don't want to be seen as like a pariah. So that's just my opinion. I honestly don't think CM Punk genuinely wants to return back to, like, I mean, yeah, no, I just me. I don't think that, I think that he doesn't really want to return back to AEW. I think that he just wants to fix his image with the fans. because the media scrum really, really ruined his image. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like people were saying that Triple H was right about CM Punk. Like, that's what people were saying. Even me, like, I kind of thought that Triple H was kind of right about CM Punk, like saying that he's a martyr, like he just wants to be, he wants to do what's good for him and not for everybody else. Like, I genuinely thought that. So I think that, CM Punk is also hearing what people are saying in these streets, in these Twitter streets, in these social media streets. And he's like, listen, let me go fix my image in front of these fans so that when I go out, when I'm in public or whatever, I'm not being yelled at or, being like, oh my God, you used to be this person, but now you're this how you are. Like, I used to believe in you, but like you're the problem, not Triple H, not Tony Khan, not da 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 da, whatever. So that's my personal opinion on why he wants to return back to this company. I actually think CM Punk could care less, and this is where I gotta clock the elites, Chris Jericho, Hangman Page, all these other people, Dave Meltzer, everybody, and Tony Khan. First of all, y'all already know I don't understand why Tony Khan would give an EVP position to wrestlers, active wrestlers at that too. Why is Kenny Omega an EVP? Like, why is the Young Bucks, whoever, why are there EVPs? Chris Jericho, anybody. Why are they giving that position? Like, they're wrestlers. Like, let them stay in their wrestling position. Give the EVPs to someone who's more, qualified for that, or who has a background in executive vice president, whatever. So that's a huge red flag right there. So in a way, that kind of tells you what Tony Khan thinks of his company. The fact that you just giving this thing to wrestlers is weird. Also, the elites, definitely. And I was just listening to Eric Bischoff on the 83 Weeks. The elites did give CM Punk leverage, because now CM Punk can use the fact that they're the ones that came to assault him first. He can bring that to Tony Khan. But listen, if you don't bring me back, I'm going to sue you. Yeah, I'm going to sue you, because it's like, this is what's in my contract. These are the wrestlers that attacked me. So you better get information. Another thing, Chris Jericho, I do feel like Chris Jericho does play a part in this whole thing. I don't understand. Like, for me, I think, just as a person that grew up on Chris Jericho, I don't understand. First of all, what is Chris Jericho in his 50s? Why are you acting like a child on the internet? Like, why are you leaking stuff? And this is just, allegedly, like, why are you talking to the dirt sheets? Like, why are you talking to Dave? Like, why is that even a thing with you? Like, you've been in this industry for how long, and yet it's like this high school game, tit for tat thing that you got going on with Punk and all these different things, trying to make yourself seem like Chris Jericho. Like, he's doing a bit too much. He needs to relax. And I think that Chris Jericho really, really thinks that he's some kind of team leader. Like, he's really like another Undertaker kind of team leader. And it's like, no, sir, you're giving me like bully in a way. Like, you're giving me a bully tease. You're giving me Regina George. That's exactly what you're giving me. That's the kind of team leader you're giving me. You're giving me Regina George. Stop with the acts. Stop leaking stuff to the dirt sheet. Stop doing all, like, that's the thing too. It's like, they need to cut this Dave Meltzer relationship between them and AEW. They need to cut it, because it's like, and that's what's really causing all this, because it's like Tony Khan continues to allow these people within his space, within his circle. And they just write things, and it's just like, and they just write things about anything. But Tony Khan also knows that he wants that kind of access, because he wants some imaginary 5-star matches that Dave Meltzer is giving to him or to his company or whatever. So I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know what can happen here. But I did see this article, though. I'm not even going to hold you. And this article had me cackling. Let me see how long I'm going here. This article had me cackling. I'm going to just say it here. This article is biased, okay? Because I don't know. I was trying to find an article that, like, really aligned with my opinion on why CM Punk wanted to come back. And I found this article and I started reading it and I was just like, girl, y'all are so biased. Like, why you guys had to do this? So I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna, get up out of here because it's getting a little bit too long. But it says here, CM Punk is gaslighting AEW. Perhaps the biggest name in wrestling is coming back, whatever it takes. Here we are again. Whispers have become rumble. CM Punk on his way back to AEW. Except this time, he's kind of gaslighting his way there, which is strange for someone who once hated leaks to the wrestling media so much he decided to start a fight over it. You can tell this is someone who is like pro AEW because it's like this is yeah. There's no question AEW has another okay, blah 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 blah. I'm not reading all this. No one has said that All In Wembley will have a pay-per-view and they could configure the stadium to sell any number of tickets and call it a sellout. They don't have to sell 80,000 tickets. But needless to say, they have to go big or go home with their tail between their legs. CM Punk moves the needle. If you need to move tickets and create buzz, no one does it like CM Punk. This is the law of the industry. But much like his exit back in September, when he firebombed the company he worked for and the people who gave him an alleyway back to fans who adored him so, his return is just a touch unsightly. The reports have been out there that Punk wants to return, that he's open to working with the Young Bucks, that he will work with Kenny Omega or Hangman Page. The man went on rogue-ish on to settle his score with his own head and kicked off the bile, eventually leads to brawl out. He even used mouthpieces, yada yada yada. Okay. It says CM Punk hasn't made amends so far. I don't expect. I mean, maybe he will, but yeah, you guys just read this article because this article is a cackle. Yeah, because you can tell that they're definitely pro, the elite or something. But no, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I honestly, I think he is gonna come back now. At first, I was thinking to myself, I don't think he is gonna come back because it's like it's a lot. A lot has happened now, and there's a fight, and but and everything was just so public. But I kind of see him coming back now. I do see him coming back. I do think it's gonna be really awkward though. It's gonna be real awkward, but we'll see what happens. And honestly, we'll see how long CM Punk lasts. Because CM Punk is very injury prone. Like he's, he tends to get hurt a lot. So, yeah, this is like the last road for CM Punk as far as like with going to any wrestling company. I think AEW is going to be his last. I don't think that he's going to jump right back to WWE. No, like he's not going to do that. Like AEW is going to be the place where he stays, where his contract is going to run its course, and when it's done, he'll tuck his tail between his legs and go home. Like that's it. That's all. Like I don't see him going back to WWE after this. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like the reason why CM Punk is coming back to AEW is because he wants to fix his image, wants to fix his reputation towards to his audience or to the fans that supported him, compared to like what people think he's there just to wrestle because he loves the sport? Or do you feel like this is all just a work? Like it's a complete work to have this longed out storyline, and just it's ridiculous at this point, and even if it is a work, do you guys really believe this is gonna get like a lot of ratings, like views? And I mean, yeah, on YouTube, but like it's just like I'm talking about like ratings though, like television ratings. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.